at 62 degrees under a partly cloudy sky. Well, clouds are moving in. Is there rain in the forecast again? Well, we'll talk about that, and we'll have that coming up in just a little bit. Nonetheless, we have a great show lined up for you today. Hot topics of discussion, news that you could use, local, national, international. Phone lines available. Website is open. Places that you can hear us everywhere. Well, I'll tell you what, let's get it on. And good morning again, and welcome to Talkback Live in the morning. It is now 6:08, 8 minutes past the hour, 6 o'clock Central Time, and a very pleasant good morning to you on a Wednesday morning. Yes, a lovely, wonderful Wednesday morning, and again, starting your day off, partly cloudy skies, 62 degrees on the outside. It is a beautiful day to start your day. And I tell you what, it's been a little warm, and then it cooled down a little bit. Wow, you don't know what to do when the weather's like that. Well, tell you what, we're going to keep you up to date on the traffic report of what's going on the interstates in the city and in the county. We're going to do the weather forecast, too. And the guy that does that for us, News Channel 3's meteorologist and the weather expert, Austin Onick. He'll be along in a couple of minutes with his accurate and dependable weather forecast. Hot topics of discussion, news that you can use, local, national, international. And the number to call is 901-452-3094. Again, the number to call is 901-452-3094. And if those lines are busy, call us at 901-324-7490. All right, we invite you to go to our website, Talkbacklive.org, and you can listen to the show there as well. Also, you can listen to us on the TuneIn radio app, WMQM, and on the Simple radio app, KQPN, to download those things to find out, to be able to listen to us.
But right now, folks on WMQM.
WMQM, on the TuneIn
all
radio
platforms.
Yes. On the TuneIn, the TuneIn radio app, you'll be able to listen to us on WMQM. Just put the search letters in the search box, WMQM. All right, and let's see, is there anything else? We'll keep you up to date, and what's going on?
Yes, and just
lay your mic down.
Oh, okay, that's
okay.
Yeah, but just let them know also, on Simple, you can do the same thing with WMQM as well.
You can turn it back up just a little bit, yeah. WMQM, yes, on the Simple radio app, you can do the same thing. Yes, indeed. Thanks for that. All right, and I think that's going to be it for me. And let's turn it over to Josh. Josh, good morning.
Good morning, Bob. Good morning, everybody out there listening this morning. Another great show we got lined up today on a Wednesday morning. Man, ready to get it popping, cracking, kicking, jumping, rolling, and everything else on this Wednesday morning, man. Glad to be back in the building. On today, getting the week started, man. So much going on that we want to get into today. We want y'all to jump right on in with us as we normally do to get the conversation rolling. So we appreciate that, as Bob gave the numbers out there earlier. Also, let you know we are streaming live on YouTube as well. You can go to just youtube.com, search WMQM 1600 on YouTube, which is on YouTube app on your phone, or youtube.com on your desktop. And you can see and hear everything live and in living color. See the Talkback Live logo. Also, I got the phone number on the screen now as well. So where you can see where you can call the show on there as well, man. So lots of places you can get in with us.
Also, we'll hook up on Facebook in just a little bit. We can't forget about our Facebook watchers out there. And we're going to hook up and you'll be able to watch us on Facebook coming up in just a few minutes. Yes, indeed.
So there it is. So that's it, man. Got a lot of stuff coming up. Real quick, follow us on Twitter at TalkbackLive, one word, at TalkbackLive. Also, Facebook.com, TalkbackLive with Bob and Josh. Like our Facebook page and check out what we got going on there as well. Should be live there shortly, so y'all stay tuned for that. And so, without any further ado, let's get it on.
All right, let's start it all off with the Metro Traffic Report, keeping you up to date what's going on the interstates in the city and in the county. And this Metro Traffic Report, it is sponsored by CJ Used Appliances, 3530 Jackson Avenue. All appliances come with warranties. Call them at 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances, folks, I'm telling you, they're the best. They have the best prices in town, guaranteed, bar none. Hey, sales and service, heating and air, and also the best appliances you'll find anywhere in the Mid-South. Refrigerators, microwaves, stoves, washers and dryers, deep freezers, dishwashers, whatever you need in used appliances. And folks, I'm telling you, they're the best things that you can find, appliances you'll find anywhere in the Mid-South. And that's CJ Used. And they'll also, they have available delivery service. They'll come in, deliver it to you, and hook it up in your home right there for you, so you won't have to worry about that. And just ask them about that. They'll be glad to deliver for you. That's CJ Used Appliances, 3530 Jackson Avenue. Again, all appliances come with warranties. Call them at 901-487-7882, CJ Used Appliances. And let's go with our traffic trooper, Josh. What's going on the roadways?
Looking at the roads right now in Memphis, we have an accident, Union Avenue at Waldron Road, east of I-240. I think that's the first I've read Waldron Road on the traffic report. So we got an accident there. Also, there is a traffic alert tonight starting at 9 p.m. all the way through Thursday, which is tomorrow at 6 a.m., right before the show. TDOT will close lanes on I-240 eastbound and westbound between Billmores Parkway and Poplar. The ramp from Poplar westbound to I-240 eastbound will remain open. So that's starting tonight at 9 p.m. all night into Thursday morning. So y'all be on the lookout for that. Later on tonight, in case you're going to work or wherever around that time, be on the lookout for that. But other than that, Bob, that's all we got going on.
All right, let's okay, hey, and thanks for the traffic and weather break. Let's go over now to News Channel 3's meteorologist and weather expert, Austin Onick, and with his accurate and dependable weather forecast sponsored by CJ Used Appliances.
Looking good, if not a little cool, into the Easter holiday weekend coming up. Otherwise, a little bit on the warm side for today. Your News Channel 3 forecast, highs in the mid to upper 70s. Southerly winds about 10 to 15 miles an hour. Showers and thunderstorms tonight. Some of those storms could be on the strong to severe side, lows in the lower 60s. More heavy thunderstorms possible on Thursday with some heavy rainfall of 1 to 2 inches plus across the Mid-South. Showers and thunderstorms continue into Thursday night. Highs Thursday around 70, lows Thursday night into the upper 40s. Showers come to an end on Friday, highs in the upper 50s. Good Friday services should be seeing some cloudy skies out there and looking at lows back in the mid 40s. Sunny for Saturday, highs in the upper 60s. Clear Saturday night, lows back in the lower 50s. Easter Sunday, beautiful day, little chilly for any outdoor sunrise services taking place on the holiday. Otherwise, Easter looking good with plenty of sunshine and highs back in the upper 70s. That's a look at your latest WRAG TV News Channel 3 Severe Weather Center forecast. I'm meteorologist Austin Onick. Stay tuned for much more coming up with Bob and Josh on Talkback Live.
And in their headlines today, we've got well, there is so much crying going on in our city now. People are worried all over the place and they just don't know what to do. People are afraid. People are crying. People are worried. People are running to the hills, or should they be, from which cometh our help. Yes, all our help comes from the Lord that made heaven and earth, but some people still don't believe that. Well, let's talk about it. Josh, we have a couple of interesting stories in the news today, and one of the stories start off with questionings about shooting in a Methodist hospital. In a hospital, the crime is now going into the hospitals where people are recovering or want to take care of their health or to, so how in the world did this happen where a person was shot in the hospital?
That's a great question. And people are still asking that question, as a matter of fact. But it's a pretty crazy situation. And it happened in March. And this, of course, is April 17th. But this happened in late March. It's just coming out yesterday in the news. The reasons why are because of those suspicions of what really happened in that situation. So as reported here by Action News 5, says questions remain after a man used a gun inside a Memphis hospital to shoot and kill himself. Now, this is inside Methodist North, which is right there, Austin P. Across from that Walmart over there.
Yeah.
So, popular hospital and everything. Very surprising situation here. So, first of all, you wonder, this wasn't just a guest at the hospital that came in. Not that would be any better.
Or a visitor.
No, a visitor. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is a patient.
A patient.
And even worse, this is a 70-year-old man that was laying in a hospital bed.
7 or 70?
70.
Okay.
Yes, 70-year-old man laying in a hospital bed. So check it out. It says shooting inside a Memphis hospital led the news to ask questions about the safety protocol at Methodist North. The shooting happened late March, but started asking questions after tips came in to the newsroom. According to the Memphis Police report with this situation, the shooting happened March 26th inside Methodist North Hospital a little after 5:30 in the morning. A Memphis investigator wrote in a report while a nurse was in the patient's room with her back to her patient, which is the 70-year-old man. She heard a pop. Then she turned around and saw that the victim had shot himself with a handgun that was hidden under the bed sheets of his hospital bed. The report says a 70-year-old man was pronounced dead. It is unclear how the patient was able to bring a loaded weapon into the hospital unnoticed at the time.
Now, here's my question. How did they know the weapon was under the bed sheets? To respond in that way, said the guy shot himself and with a gun that was under the bed sheets. How did they know it? Why can they say that it was under the bed sheets? Well, the only way I can figure is they didn't. They thought maybe they didn't see the gun, so it had to have been hidden under the bed sheets. Well, probably so. But when you have situations like this going on in a hospital, not just Methodist, but hospital period, and the question is now arises: do they have enough security at these at hospitals, places like that, to where people can go to, and where people do go to get help? So, is there enough being done to protect them from this? 901-452-3094. And again, the number to call is 901-452-3094. And if those lines are busy, call us at 901-324-7490. Yes.
Now, here's a statement released by the hospital. They put this out there. They said, we want to emphasize...
They don't have audio for this?
No, it'll take too long to put up. I'd have been and read it twice before the thing comes up.
Okay.
But it says, we want to emphasize that this was an isolated incident, and we are confident. So hear this now. We are confident there is no risk to safety of our patients and families. At all times, the safety of our team and that of our patients and families is of our top priority. Is it really safe to say that, though? Is it really safe?
if you don't have enough security there for your patients and for people that work, then I don't think your interest is in the public at all. So how can you say that when you really don't have enough? And with stuff like that, gun can be, enter into a facility and a patient laying in bed shoots himself and nobody else is in the room and the nurse turns her back. And then again, it's kind of bothersome to me that the nurse would turn her back and then this would happen. Well, I guess she decided to wait till she turned so she wouldn't see it. Maybe that's the case.
How you doing?
I don't know. It sounds kind of strange to me. Do you think that people in the hospital bring guns in for patients to get them out of what they call their misery? This is because people are not trusting in the living God. This is what you get when people do not trust in Jesus. And you say, well, everybody can have their own religion. Yes, you can. You can. But the only way, Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes to the Father except through me. That's the only way. If he comes any other way, he's a thief and a robber. Jesus is the way. Regardless of what you believe, how you believe, if you don't believe in Jesus, and this is why we have people that are troubled, people that are tormented in their minds and in their lives, so because they don't have Jesus. Jesus is the answer. A singer used to say, Andre Crouch used to say, for the world today. Above him, there's no other. Jesus is the way. That's the only way. So I mean, we can explain it away. We can do what we want. We can say what we want until we get it right and accept Jesus Christ into our communities and into our lives. Things will not change. And crime is going out of the window here in Memphis, Tennessee. Now, and John, there's talking about there's another crime that happened where a man got out of his car and took an AK-47 out of his car and shot at another man's car and shot his windows out. What's going on with this story?
Yeah, so this is just as insane, if not more. And this seemed like it was unprovoked, almost. But here it is, and this report, according to the news, the man says, quote, you ain't going to flex on me. I mean, you ain't going to show off on me. You ain't going to try to...
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about.
Well, yeah. Flex, I guess he felt the guy was showing off for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the story. So police are investigating after a suspect shot an AK-47 at a man and his baby while they stopped at a red light. Mm. Officers responded to an aggravated assault near Yale and Ramil on April the 8th. MPD said the driver of a black Nissan Maxima was weaving and speeding behind the victim's car.
Mm-hmm.
The victim stopped at a red light, and so I get that back up here. There we go. The victim stopped at a red light at Yale and Ramil, and the suspect rolled down his car window and yelled at the victim, you ain't going to flex on me. The investigator said the suspect exited his vehicle with an AK-47. So he didn't just let the windows down. He got out the car at the red light with an AK-47 automatic in his hand and fired one shot at the victim's rear driver's side door. The victim yelled at the suspect, that's my baby, inside the car. Then the suspect got back inside his car and drove off. The MPD said the victim called police and reported the incident. Victim told investigators his two-month-old son was inside the car during the shooting. Now, of course, nobody was shot, so that's the blessing in the whole deal. But they did find the man. Martavian Smith, 25 years old, is a suspect. He's been charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault. So is that enough? I guess that's another question.
Yeah.
You fire off a round at somebody's car of an AK-47 with a baby in the back seat. Is that enough of a punishment?
Well,
one count of aggravated assault. I guess maybe because he fired one round.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, it seems like people just don't care anymore. They're just like, okay, well, it's going to happen, so You know, we can't punish them with too much because, you know, you let them back out and then it's going to happen again. So, I mean, you know, have they given up on crime? Have they given up on the neighborhoods? Have they given up on our city as far as officers are concerned, police department? And they're just speaking of the police department. You had the mayor came out yesterday with a speech, I think the day before yesterday, and talks about things that he's going to do for the city and give an increase to officers and people that protect our community. And you still have police officers complaining about money and about all these other. Look, let me tell you something. If you live within your means, you won't have to be crying for money every year. Okay? You have situations in our city as police officers need to take care of their business. We have crime going on, and you can't stop people from shooting somebody before you get there. But if your presence is out there and you're doing what you're supposed to do, rather downtown in the city hall, every time we turn around arguing for a pay raise, and then the people that are the criminals, they say, hey, they're not even concerned about what's going on the streets. They're concerned about a pay raise. They're more concerned about that. So, hey, they go out and take care of business, do what they want to do on the streets because your mind is really not there as a police officer. You know, and we had Mike Williams on the show several times, and, you know, and I don't know if he thinks it's a joke or if he thinks it's for real. You know, or is it just something to be talking about? Man, there's serious business out there with these criminals. And so, we can have radio shows, television shows, and things of that nature and talk about crime and just to have something to talk about and make yourself look good and sound pretty. But this is a serious situation to where we have people that are committing crime and killing each other. Just last night, I had a incident. I got information from one of the guys, Pastor Charlie Caswell. You know Charlie Caswell. He had made a statement on Facebook, and he was saying, don't start complaining when Blue Crush start back up and roadblocks and you get stuck in the neighborhood. That'll keep you stuck in the neighborhood. Don't start complaining. He also made a statement, gunshots going off now in Raleigh. Pray that the bullets miss any targets. Parents, you need to know where your children are. You know, it's a shame that you have to say those things. And I guess as he was probably home, or other people in Raleigh were telling him probably, hey, we hear gunshots going off as we speak. As I'm trying to sleep, there's gunshots that are being fired all over Raleigh, the area of Memphis. I mean, this is a shame. It's going off in Fraser. It's going off in Whitehaven. And it seems like it's going off in all of the areas to where, the black people live. Mainly the black community, if you would put it that way. And I had,
and I shared a post too. This goes to what we're talking about. I shared a post on the Talkback Live with Bob and Josh Facebook page. Mm-hmm. And good morning to y'all coming in.
What is that? Francetta?
Yes.
Okay.
Good morning to you.
Greg, good morning.
Yes. And Kelly, I see you out there as well.
Thanks, guys, for coming in. And we'll want your comments as well. Pretty sure you have some good things to say. Yes.
Yeah.
So phone lines are open. They're coming in, calling in as we speak. So yes, go ahead, Josh.
Yeah, you're right. And so, and I do think it's a good point about, don't complain if the police presence starts increasing because of everything that's going on. Because you kind of have to expect that, or even more aggressive measures to be taken. I do agree with that. But here's the thing. I saw a post from somebody on Facebook, and I shared it. He said that, and I don't know if this is not a scientific poll or anything. This is coming from a guy that lives in that community. He says there's been 15 people shot and killed in the Raleigh-Fraser area over the past week.
Just that area of town. Just Raleigh, Fraser area, 15 people have been shot and killed. Not the rest of the city, just those areas.
Yeah, and that was kind of And you know crime goes on. You know it's high in Memphis, right?
Yeah.
But you hear something like that really raises your antennas up. The guy even said he lost 2 friends. He's recently lost 2 friends to murders that have been killed. Then there was some more people in the comments saying, man, I just lost a homie last week. Another guy in the comments said, I just lost somebody. So it's getting pretty crazy. Now, somebody even said there's a gang war going on. I don't know, in that particular area. That's why stuff has been going up. I don't know. All I know is it's not a good look.
Yeah, and one pastor we've had on the show, the wrestler, what is his name?
Johnny Dotson.
Pastor Johnny Dotson, he put a statement out. He said, we close the bridges for whites killing blacks. So what are we going to do in Memphis for blacks killing blacks? When white people are killing blacks, we want to stop traffic on the bridge. We did that. We want to hold a big meeting at a big church and try to make a white mayor, do something that he couldn't do. I mean, try to force him to do something. But yet we have black people killing black people. You don't say anything about it. You don't hold big church meetings. You don't hold try to stop bridges and hold rallies in your own community against it. Where are the people? Where are they? Where are the churches at? Where's the noise that's supposed to be made? We're not doing it. All of the killing, Pastor Dotson also said, all of the killings in Memphis, where are the OGs? What is that?
Yeah, the OGs are older folks in the neighborhood.
Where are the older guys? Okay, I guess that's what he means. Where are the pastors? The big homies? Now, I thought Black Lives Matter. I thought Black Lives Matter. Does it? You know the organization that came out, what is it, 2 years ago, Black Lives Matter? It was talking about white cops killing blacks.
Well, as I said at the time, and I think we talked about, that was a fad.
Yeah.
You really don't hear much about it.
You don't hear, I ain't heard anything about it.
Look, and the organization in Memphis, as I pointed out many times, has nothing but a Facebook page.
Yeah. That
they post occasional news around the country.
Mm-hmm.
But they literally do nothing. They hold no meetings. They do nothing.
Yeah.
So all they did was show up when the Darius Stewart thing happened because Memphis had one and people tried to get their fame off of that. And once they milked that for as long as it's worth, including up until a few months ago, there's nothing else to really see them doing anything tangible. You know what's interesting? And
let me read something else.
Yeah, go
ahead. It says here, I wrote this down. It says, this is what we focus on. We focus more on prosperity than doing the Great Commission. Jesus didn't tell us the last thing he told us to do when he left. He said, go ye into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. What is that? The death, burial, resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ and soon coming again. To preach the gospel to every creature. He didn't say preach prosperity. He didn't say preach or teach on people being wealthy. And all that's going to come when you do the kingdom. All that's a part of it. But the first thing he told them was to go ye into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. And Jesus also said in Acts, he said, go into Jerusalem and tarry until you be endued with power from on high. And they came out, when they came out of there being baptized with the Holy Ghost, in the church, it started when thousands of people started getting saved. In that community, thousands came to the Lord. So what is our problem? We focus more on prosperity, and that's good. That's fine, good. But yet, we forget about the Great Commission that Jesus commissioned us to do. Then the other thing he told us, he said, go and to Jerusalem and wait there until you be endued with power from on high, till you get the Holy Ghost. And then we'll come out and start preaching. When Peter came out after he got the Holy Ghost, the dukes was up, man. He came out fighting. The others came out fighting, and 3,000 and then 5,000 more were added to the church. So what are we going to do as a church? Are we going to sit back and, the gangs are out there. I mean, what? The church is supposed to be more explosive than the gangs are. The church is afraid of the gangs. The gangs should be afraid of the church. Church needs to be out making more noise than what we're making. And have the gangs afraid to step out on the street because, they don't want to face the power of God. So we got it backwards. Now we're teaching prosperity in the churches, staying in our walls, 4 walls, and having conferences and dinners and what do you call those things? You go to banquets and all these other things, and with your nice suits on and tuxedos and looking all good and fresh and everything. But you don't want to get out on the streets, get your hands dirty, and get your members out there and tell them what Jesus said: go ye into all the world and preach and proclaim the gospel, the power of God to all creatures. Changing lives is what it's all about. And you can change lives with the power of God. God is greater than anything, any power that exists in this earth. I don't care how hard or how high it may get. We've lost our focus. And in this city, you have pastors, ministers, evangelists, prophets, teachers. They've got all these titles, but they're angry with each other. They only have their little clique, their little groups that they stay in. And then they have conflicts and unforgiveness in their hearts until, and I've said it before, I've told pastors before, until the pastors in this city and ministers get together and confess their faults to one another and repent to each other, you're not going to see a change. You can start all these basketball programs for the youth. You can have these manhood meetings. You can have all these other meetings these other places are having. Honey, that's nothing but things that people want to get out there and boast about. Look what we're doing. Oh, we're doing it better and bigger than everybody else. That's not changing lives. That's not stopping the murders and the killings and the robberies and the crime in the community. We need to get back to business. And that's preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ. Changing people's lives. Turning people around. So 901-452-3094 and 901-324-7490. We're coming to the phone lines, yes.
And I'm going to ask this last question because we got a lot of people coming in on Facebook and the phone lines are about full as well. Last time I throw out there, I just want to get your thoughts real quick. Do you guys think, and the people that are listening to, I want you guys to think about this. Do you think it's almost become like a business to talk about the crime problem in Memphis? Has it become a thing that a lot of people in the community seem to love to do?
Mm-hmm.
That it's a thing that brings attention to themselves when you talk about the crime problem that's going on, and not necessarily the way we're doing it, but the people that have been around in the community say they're doing this, say they're doing that. Has it almost become a thing to just kind of flex on? You know what I'm saying? To say that we're doing this and doing that, and the focus is not really on making things any better. I don't think some people really want change to happen, because then their platform will be taken down.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
As long as there's crime, there's still a platform to say that we're going to try to stop it. And you know what I mean? Or the so-called community leaders. And it's a knock on everybody. There's plenty of people that are doing things. But just think about that. Think about it.
Yeah, the ones that are doing something, are they doing it for the kingdom of God? Are they doing it to glorify in what they're doing?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's the problem. Okay? So who and what are you doing it for? We've got to do something to stop this craziness and this madness going on with the crime that's in the community. And the things that you tried to do all along, it's not working.
Y'all want to watch on YouTube? You can see that.
It's not working.
You see me right there.
You need to put Jesus Christ in the center of it all. And unless we do that, we're as one that's beating the air. We're fighting in vain. Let's go to the phone lines. 901-452-3094 or 901-324-7490. Lines are busy. Keep calling. Question about a shooting in the hospital. Man takes an AK-47, gets out of his car at a stoplight, shoots in another person's car. Shots are being fired just as people laying in bed trying to sleep in the Raleigh-Tracy community and saying they're letting other people. I hear gunshots, gunfire is going off all over the city. But people shut up in their homes and in their churches. Nobody's praying about it. You need to pull the strongholds down. Jesus said, I give you power over all the power of the devil. But we don't believe that. The church don't believe that. We're too busy teaching how to get rich. And conferences where it costs you $150 to attend. Look, hold up. We'll give you a folder with the papers and everything that'll teach you how to get prosperity. You don't tell people to come to church nothing about when they get saved. Now you're to go out and convert others and get other people saved. Your first job as a Christian is to change somebody else's life, not to go to a prosperity meeting.
Hey, look, I had to think of this. Imagine a community, you ain't even got money to pay your bills, but you're going to pay $150 to go to.
You're going to pay to a prosperity conference. All these conferences. People, they like to say these conferences and all these other things to sound big. But you're doing nothing.
Oh, man.
Nothing's being done in the community. And who's to be to blame? Yes, the Church of Jesus Christ. All these churches, black churches in the black community, every time you turn around, somebody's opening the door. The Lord said for me to start a church. The Lord ain't telling all these people to start these churches in these old buildings and even some of these big buildings. They're not doing nothing if they got big buildings. They're not doing anything.
You know what disturbs me?
And some people say, well, you got to be nice. You're going to have it. It doesn't matter to me.
Nah.
It don't matter to me. I don't care about that. My focus is to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. If it makes you mad, I don't care. You don't call me anyway. You know what? So it don't matter to me. I mean, you know, people are going to do what they're going to do because they're selfish.
Exactly.
And you get preachers on Facebook. Well, some of the things you need to do for your pastor. You need to carry his books, carry his briefcase, wash his feet, give him some money every now and then, bless his family, and take him out to dinner. Man, are you crazy? Say what? Are you really serious? Come on, folks. We got people dying and going to hell that have been shot every day. And people that are doing the killing, and pastors are concerned about members taking them to dinner?
Take them to go to corral.
Let's go to the phone line, man. Y'all, you know, well, he's on there again after the preachers, y'all. Y'all don't turn it on or do turn it on. It doesn't matter. But I'm gonna tell the truth this morning.
That's what it's all about. And I'm going to say,
and you know what I'm talking about. You know I'm right.
Real quick, it looks bad on the church. You know, we ran through some different communities.
And I've been a minister since 1983, and I'm not ashamed to tell it.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not for all this junk that I see going on in this city. What are you going to do with Jesus? What are you going to do? I'm telling you how I feel. Somebody said, tell us how you really feel. Are you listening?
Hey, real quick, we were driving through some communities, right, the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what makes the church look really bad is the people that don't believe, right?
Yeah.
When you ride in a community that's pretty run down, and you see church over here, 100 feet later, big church over here, 100 feet later, another huge church over here, but the community around it is run down and full of crime. What is going on?
What's going on? What I don't understand.
I feel like the Jesus we believe in. If he was really in those churches, that wouldn't be the case around there.
No,
that wouldn't make a lot of sense.
People need to get back to old-fashioned Holy Ghost preaching and been filled with the Holy Ghost. They filled with all this other mess, rather than being filled with the Spirit of God. That's what they need to get back to. Prosperity conferences.
Ain't nothing wrong with money now.
It ain't nothing. No, I don't have nothing. Money answers all things. I don't have a problem with money. Thank God for money. But when we in the church are supposed to be preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ, getting people changed and their life changed, and people are confused and going through problems and situations, and they don't know what the answer is. We have the answer, but we sit on it and don't want to give it. 901-452-3094 or 901-324-7490. Let's go to the phone lines. Thanks for holding, and thanks for your comments coming in on Facebook. Who do we have?
Well, first is, I know he's been waiting a couple of days, my man, Unforgivable.
Unforgivable, welcome to the show. Good morning on a Wednesday.
Bob and Josh. Man, I'm so glad to talk to y'all. And I'm so glad to listen because I'm having spiritual awakening, Bob. You know, through the weekend, I was listening to some music, and let me say this. One was a rap song, and one of them was by old-time singer. I'm going to tell you who they was. I think the rap song, I don't know who sang it, but if the song said, I do not have a daddy, but I do have a father. And it's beautiful, man. I love that rap song. I don't know who is that, y'all. I do not have a daddy, but I do have a father.
Okay.
And that song is so beautiful, Bob. It just really woke me up, man. Listen to what he was saying. And there's another song that's
Unforgivable. Everybody has a father.
Hey,
no. You may not have a dad, but everybody has a father. No. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Everybody has a dad, and it may not have a dad at home, but everybody has a father. You're right. Now, let me say this. Jesus said, he told those people, you know, either you're of your heavenly father, and then he told those other people, he said, you're of your father, the devil. So we either have God the Father as our father, or we have the devil as our father. What's going on? And that's why we have all this crime going on, don't you think?
Hey, Bob, you're speaking too quiet. See, that's what I like about you, man, because I know it's in you. When you come with the fire and brimstone to tell the truth.
It's not all about the fire and brimstone. It's about telling the truth.
Hey, that's the way people look at it, Bob. But see, I'm with you, man. I'm with you 100%. You know, I'm with people like Pastor Guy, and I'm with people like Jet, and people like that talk about the issues, what's going on in black society, and you know, this stuff mess just going on and on. But we got people out here that's silent, Bob. They don't want to listen. If they are listening, they don't want to be involved because they want to be in their comfort zone.
Yeah.
That's why I love President Trump, because he's that type of person. He put it in your face and tell you what he's going to do and how he's going to do it.
Well, I'm forgetful. What are you going to do about Jesus? No. Listen. What are we going to do about Jesus and the stuff that's going on in the community? Are we going to accept him, put him in? Are we going to keep on letting all this other stuff going on and then keep ignoring him and then living any way we want to live? I know the man too. Just because you know the man don't mean you born again.
Bob, all I'm saying is,
yes, sir.
I said this some weeks ago. I said, Bob, wait till Good Friday come around. People going to be smoking blood and drinking 40. That's what they're going to be doing when Friday get here. When they get out from work and when the sun go down, it's going to be party time, man. It's Good Friday.
No, you're right. And the churches are talking about, come join us for our resurrection service. What resurrection service? You need to be resurrected first before you start inviting people to your church talking about resurrection. You don't even, and once a year. They talked about, well, it's sunrise service or it's the Easter celebration when our Master, our Lord, got up.
Bob, when they go to church on Easter, everybody want to be in their cocaine white outfits.
Yeah.
Well, the white going to be in a suit. They're going to be cocaine white, and the women's going to be in their dresses, suits, dress suits, which are going to be cocaine white. So all you're going to have is a whole church full of cocaine white
holy white
people.
Okay, but unforgivable. That's fine. All that is fine. I'm not concerned about people dressing up on Easter. I don't care about that. That's wonderful if they want to do that. But all I'm saying is, where are our priorities? I mean, the church is to be there to change the situation that's going on in the earth. That's what Jesus, he told them. He didn't tell them to go have a first thing when he got ready to tell them he was going to leave. What was the first thing he said? He said, go into all the world and preach the gospel. He didn't say nothing about no prosperity and waiting for the Lord to bless me with this. And I'm going through and I'm on the rough side of the mountain and Lord help me bring, the devil is they brag more on the power of the devil than they do on the power of Jesus.
Bob, you brought up an issue of what the sheriff said. You might have to have some roadblocks and stuff. See, I'm the type of person, Bob. The only way we're going to win and beat this situation with black folks is to get them out of their comfort zone. And see, that's the problem.
You're avoiding my point, Unforgivable. You're very good at that, but you're not good enough.
Okay, what's the point?
The point is, I'm talking about Jesus right now, and you're talking about a roadblock.
No, you brought it up about the sheriff.
I know that I brought that up earlier, but now I'm talking about something else.
Look, when you talk about Jesus, Bob, I love Jesus. I talk about him all the time. All right.
If you love me, Jesus said, you keep my commandments. You do what I say. Okay, to the next phone call.
This person that went to the Methodist hospital.
I'm not on people this morning. I'm forgetful. All I'm saying is we have our priorities wrong, and we've done everything we could in our communities to try to stop crime, but we have not given Jesus a fair chance.
Now, you're right.
And we're gonna,
I know you wanted to hit on the other topic we talked about. I want to give you a minute for that too. We're gonna
have to go to our next caller to come in and give their opinion on what's going on.
Good.
Okay. I've been to Methodist North Hospital.
Okay.
And they have security at the door when you go in.
Okay.
That's the first thing.
Which door?
The door that you go in an emergency.
Yeah, they do.
The door that you go into in the back there. Okay. Now, in the credit card, where I have an account at, in the credit section of the hospital, there's no security. And that's what was strange to me. So I'm familiar with the surroundings out there, the Methodist North.
And that's the weird thing. I've heard people talking about that. I forget what they were talking about. Like you said, there's a front entrance and then there's an emergency room.
Right.
The front entrance, they say there's nothing really there. They just walk in.
Right. And that's the danger of it. You don't have enough security in these places, but yet at the same time, you get something like this go off. I mean, somebody could bring something through the front door, through other ways of the hospital that they're maybe opening doors where they can come in. Nobody checks them, so if there are no metal detectors at the front door or the other doors where they come in, I mean, how do you know?
Well, how do you check somebody that's coming through emergency area? A patient. How did you do that, Bob?
Well, see, that's the thing. I know somebody brought that up. I don't know.
This man eventually wanted to commit suicide, Bob. It just happened in the hospital. So I don't understand why is we so much in armor up about it. He could have killed a nurse there, but he didn't.
Yeah, you're right, but we should be up in arms about that. I mean, that's killing as well. I mean, Bob, we should. What I'm saying, this is my point. Not so much. I understand about the person coming in the hospital with the gun, people coming in other places, but something was going on in that person's mind why they did what they did. And what I'm saying is, we need to get the gospel out there and get people relieved from the pressures of life and the things that are going on. All the other things people have already tried, but now they need to try Jesus. And he said, "I'll give you." He said, "I'll keep you in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on me." They won't be committing these what you call it, suicides and all that other kind of stuff that's going on because their minds is occupied with other things. I'm forgetful. We have somebody else waiting, and man, I sure appreciate your call and your comments and everything, and we really appreciate you. All right, 901-452-3094. Let's go back to the phone lines, and who do we have? James. James, welcome to the show. Good morning on a Wednesday.
Yeah, hey, how you guys doing, man?
Good, man. How you doing?
Hey, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
You said that Jesus said, what you say, if you love him, he'll do what? I mean, you got to do what?
You keep his commandments.
Do you think that's what Trump is doing?
I don't care what Trump has done. This message is not just for.
I got you.
This is. You know, it doesn't matter what Trump has done. If Trump is wrong, then he's going to answer for what his problem is. You know, and the thing about it is, the gospel is not to aim at one person, and this is why we're having problems. And people, this is what I'm saying, Jane. People have said, and even last night on Facebook, they were talking about gunshots going on. They're in their homes and they hear gunshot all over the city. So, you know, we've tried everything else. And they've been, you know, people have been preaching Jesus, and then you have organizations, churches, and things of that nature, churches that are out there preaching prosperity and having prosperity conferences and all these other things. But that's not what Jesus commissioned us to do. He commissioned us, you know, that's a part of it. You know, he wished above all things that we prosper and be in health, even as our soul prosper. And I saw that one preacher put that out on Facebook this morning. But yet it's always about that stuff, but it's not about preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ. Now, I got some preachers probably say, well, he don't know what I'm doing at my church. No, I don't. All I can measure it by is the mess that's going on in the community. Now, in the power of God is going on as much as we have all these churches out there. Come on, man. It wouldn't be, all this stuff would not be going on. Greater is he who is in you if you're a Christian and a church than he that's in the world. It's supposed to be greater. The gangs are the ones that should be running from the church, not the church hiding in the four walls running from the gang members.
Well, they're not going to. I asked the minister, would he? It was some gang members. They were all around on the block, and I asked him would he go and approach them with the word of Christ, and he said nope. And I had been told, you know, that if you saved, you know, that God would protect you. But you know, he showed that fear. So I just wondered. He was a minister. I wondered if he was really saved, you know, or if he really believed in the word.
Yeah, well, you know, we have people that are saved, James, but the point is what you just said. Do they really believe?
Yeah, a lot of them. That's what I'm saying. A lot of them don't believe. I'm not trying to, you know, I'm just making a point that you have a visible man who you see a lot of evangelical people say that he's sent by God and they praise, and nothing about that man is Christian, Donald Trump. Now, he can live his life any kind of way he wants to. But I know the word of God, and I know him, and there ain't nothing about him Christian.
And let me ask you, Johnny Dotson brought up some things on Facebook, and matter of fact, he just came on the Facebook Live. Okay, welcome, Johnny. If you listen, we'd love for you to call us, man. He said, we closed, what do you think about this, Johnny? We closed the bridges for whites killing blacks. So what are we going to do in Memphis for blacks killing blacks?
Well, that was for police killing people and not being held accountable. Mm-hmm. That's what that was for. That black white, that's a Republican talking point. That's all that's for them to deflect. Mm-hmm. But that was a man like me. I'm a police officer, and I murder someone, or there's questions about the killing. And then I get off because I got these legal protections.
Well, let me ask you this.
I'm not a member of Black Lives Matter, though. So
I understand. But you don't hear anything about them anymore. Yeah, it's almost like a ghost.
Did you see the Nipsey Hussle funeral?
I did. I heard about it. I heard there was some killings or something, shooting going on.
Okay, we can get to that. But I'm just saying, during the funeral, because I watched Snoop Dogg. I thought it was totally inappropriate for a church. Well, it was Staples Centers, but it was supposed to be the man's funeral. The things that they said, the profanity that they used, the YG guy, he shouldn't even been allowed in there. He should have been told, no, you can't even attend. What he said, the way he behaved, it was just disrespectful. So now you're talking about religion, and I mean, you're talking about drawing people to church or people following the commandments and stuff. Man, when you have that Nipsey Hussle thing, the way it was so popularized, and the guys in there behaving like that, that is atrocious.
Yeah, you know what? Let me say this, James. And this may not be that popular because I know a lot of Nipsey Hussle is the popular thing to be talking about, you know, especially around my age.
I really don't know the man. I really don't care.
I know, but here's the point, though. It's a popular thing, and here's what I'm talking about. The guy did a lot of good, right? Was going to do more if he would have been alive. But here's the problem I have. He was still, I know the fact that he was a gang member and all that. Wasn't really active in it. I think it was more because of the area that he was from. But here's the thing. It still kind of encourages that culture and that lifestyle a little bit. Now, I know he even worked with the police department in Los Angeles, Crenshaw area, worked with different leaders and stuff like that. But all I'm saying is, when you look at what's happening afterwards, I don't really see the ton of positive that I think should be coming from it because I don't think the source is right.
Well, that's
all I'm saying. Okay.
Well, he never denounced.
No, he never denounced it. No, that's the problem. Look, because look, here's the thing.
He didn't work with the police. He can't work with the police.
Well, no, I heard that he did a little bit, but
he didn't work with them as far as like solving crimes.
No. But look, here's the thing I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you in the fact that you can't still glorify that lifestyle and then say you're against it at the same time. Because look at the people that's out and out here doing things. You hadn't really seen any change, man. You know, you still got stuff going on at his vigil at the store. You had people shooting down there. So all I'm saying is, yeah, look, it's cool, whatever. You had the guy down there saying he was the Black Jesus. I'm like, no, he wasn't. The only reason people are talking about it is because other people are hyping it up as well. Not to say he wasn't a good dude. Yeah, that's fine. But all this extra stuff is just culture.
Josh, I think you could question that when you say, was he a good dude? Because, you know, like I said, look, I'm listening to you guys. I listen to you guys in the morning.
Yes, sir.
You guys are Christian men.
Absolutely.
As far as I understand. He wasn't living a Christian lifestyle.
No, and he wasn't a Christian. No.
So there's nothing wrong with you saying that. I mean, he wasn't. So they weren't like Laura and London. They weren't there.
No, they weren't.
So, True, James. And I'm glad you brought that out, James. You're right.
No, and I'm saying you see them all over, plastered all over the internet. And then his funeral progression was 25 miles. And on that was somebody got, it was 4 people shot, 1 died. They don't know if that was related to his funeral, but that did happen, you know, around that. It was 25 miles long.
But let me tell you something, too.
Wonder why you would have to have it that long.
Okay, I agree with you, and we do want to move on, but this is important here.
No. Hang on, Jay. Hang on.
When you talk about the killing of Nipsey Hussle, right, this people kind of want to ignore it, too. And it's not the...
We don't want to spend a lot of time on Nipsey Hussle.
It's important to point this out.
Because, we're wasting time and airspace on this guy. I never knew him.
It's not about him.
Okay.
All right. Forget him. This ain't the point. I don't care if you know him or not, or anybody out there listening either. This is what I'm saying. The problem in Memphis, look at the street life, right?
Mm-hmm.
He glorified that still, because guess what resulted in him getting killed? He confronted that man about being a snitch.
Mm-hmm.
He confronted him about being a snitch. The guy didn't like it. He rolled down on him. That's the same thing that happens around here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not about to lift this dude up as more than anything than what he was, right?
Yep.
I'm not going to talk bad about somebody who's dead, but it's the truth. And how do you think that's going to change the black-on-black crime that happens in the community? You confront a man about snitching. He comes back and shoots you. That's the same thing that happens around here.
Yeah,
so what change was that really making? Okay.
The killers
that's the point.
Gang. You know, they were in the same
I ain't glorifying that guy. No.
So I'm saying they were in the same gang.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't even a rival. They were like affiliated.
Exactly.
So look, lastly, this what you said about these pastors. To me, they can't even get along. So to me, how do you expect these people who out here living off the streets? How do you expect them to get along?
That's true, James. That is true. You're telling the truth. And like I said, we have pastors that have problems with each other, that hate each other, and yet they're gonna get on their knees and talk about praying to God. He said the thing that Jesus said. He said, if you don't forgive men their trespasses, he said, neither will your heavenly Father forgive your sins. So don't go to God expecting God to forgive you your sins and your trespasses, and then you can't forgive the other preacher that's next door or across town, and you have issues. You need to get it together. And people don't like to hear that kind of stuff, but it doesn't bother me to be able to tell the truth, because there's too much mess going on in this city until the pastors and the ministers and those that God has appointed and ordained to speak out and to change their hearts and to repent to each other and then come together and pray and talk to God. Not just you hear people talking about, well, we're praying for you. There's a lot of 80% of those people talking about, I'm praying for you. They don't know what prayer is all about. It's just a saying. Well, I'm praying. We're going to be praying for you. What do you mean praying?
And I'm going to tell you something.
It's just a religious saying.
You know what the Bible's saying, because it's been understood right and everything today to me. Look, the pastors, it's the same thing we were just talking about with the guy that got killed. Pastors having a gang mentality with their churches. Yeah. If you're not in this clique, we ain't with you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's not right.
And what is it all about? Is it about your clique, your gang members as a church affiliation, or is it about Jesus Christ? That's what it's all about. And if the church is not focused on Jesus Christ and they're focused on their 4 and no more, their 150 and no more, or whatever the case may be, and then they're focused on sharing only with certain pastors and they have issues with others, and then they're talking about, I'm representing Jesus. No, you're not.
And don't forget the guy you just had, a pastor. He just got popped. He just got shot committing adultery. Living an unchristian lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? But he was claiming he was supposed to be some type of minister or pastor, and you got all these people out here who don't know. They haven't been spoken to. They don't understand church. They don't understand religion, and they see that, and it just pushes them further away from it.
Now, who are you speaking of?
That guy who last week got killed trying to sleep.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
He's supposed to be a pastor. So I'll be around people like that, and they say, man, look at this. Now, you talking about go to church, man, look at this man.
Yeah, it looks bad.
Fake, man. They remember fake.
It's a bad witness.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. James, you shed some light on some things, and we appreciate your call, man.
Okay, bro.
All right. Let's take a break here, Josh, and when we come back, we'll continue to take our phone calls, 901-452-3094 or 901-324-7490. Lines are busy. Keep calling, and Pastor Dawson was on here earlier, and
he may not have been able to get in.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to get in.
Well, I know the line was kind of full.
Oh, okay. So if you're available, call us again, Pastor Dotson, and we'd like to talk about some of the things that you shared on Facebook this morning or last night, and also we'll talk about some other things Pastor Caswell shared and other people, and what we're focused on. Are we focused on the right things here? Are we focused on the wrong thing? And then some people say young people don't have nothing to do. Community centers, is that the answer? People don't have jobs. Is that the answer? They working and won't have time to commit crime. Well, that's not true. You have a lot of people working that commit crimes. Shooting each other. Crazy stuff is going on. And we make excuses, no jobs. There's nothing to do for the youth. We have to build community centers. We have to play basketball. We have to reach out. What are you reaching out to them for? With? It's got to be the gospel of Jesus Christ. The power of God unto salvation. to everyone that believes. It changes people's lives, and when it changes people's lives and changes people's hearts, it's going to change situations in where we live. We'll be back after this. You're listening to Talkback Live with Bob and Josh, AM 1600, that is. AM 1600. We'll be back after this. Serving Memphis, Tennessee, East Arkansas, and North Mississippi. This is KQPN AM 730, West Memphis, Arkansas, Memphis, Tennessee. AM 730 SB Nations Radio, your news, talk, sports, and information station. CJU's Appliances, located at 3530 Jackson Avenue here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-487-7882. CJU's Appliances has the best prices in town, sales and service, heating and air. Also the best appliances you'll find anywhere in the Mid-South. Refrigerators, microwave stoves, washers and dryers, deep freezers, dishwashers, whatever you need in used appliances. And folks will tell you they're the best used appliances anywhere you'll find. That's CJU's Appliances, 3530 Jackson Avenue. All appliances come with warranty. You can call them at 901-487-7882. Again, 901-487-7882. CJU's Appliances.
Before the marriage and the carriage, you must repair that credit. That's right, text Curry to 76626. Kenneth the Credit Guy is a credit specialist who specializes in getting your credit in order. You want that dream house? Contact Kenneth. You want your life back? Contact.
I don't think he has the other number, the 324. That's what's open now.
Call Kenneth
So you got two lines
at 870-514.
No, it's one, just the 324.
No, we got two lines full.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you tired of going to the doctor with the same issue over and over again and never getting any relief? Are you tired of buying all types of vitamins and supplements, hoping but not knowing for sure that they will keep you healthy? Or are you getting enough of the right kind of nutrients that your specific body needs? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you need a nutritional blood analysis. With a nutritional blood analysis, we can take one drop of blood from a prick of your finger and analyze your body's nutritional needs, nutritional deficiencies, and nutritional imbalances. This analysis can provide an early warning of possible future health challenges so you can make the changes now to avoid the negative outcome. A nutritional blood analysis can be used to monitor a health challenge before and after adopting an approach to restore health and balance. It will also allow you the ability to determine the effectiveness of various approaches to restoring and balancing your health. So don't wait. Make your appointment at FocusOnHealthSolutions.com. Stop guessing with your health. Know what works for sure. At FocusOnHealthSolutions.com, 901-602-7063.
For the best soul food in the Mid-South, it's Shop and Save. 1499 South 3rd, 901-946-4303. Serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And some of the items on their menu consist of catfish, spaghetti, chicken and dressing, turkey wings, meatloaf, fried chicken, cabbage, yams, greens, salmon croquette, and the list goes on. Some of the best soul food you ever taste in the Mid-South, it is Shop and Save. 1499 South 3rd. Call them again at 901-946-4303. Been in business since 1991. Shop and Save, 1499 South 3rd, 901-946-4303 for some of the best soul food you'll ever taste.
life, we all want to be treated with dignity and respect. At E.H. Ford Mortuary Services, located 3390 Elvis Presley Boulevard, we believe the same thing should hold true when it comes to death. Telephone number is 345-9558. For more than 30 years, Ed Ford has offered the personal touch when it comes to the passing of the special people in your life. As a licensed funeral director, embalmer, and death counselor, Ed Ford will be involved in every phase of the bereavement process when it comes to your loved one. In other words, he won't just sit behind a desk and collect your money like other funeral directors. His main purpose is to personally prepare your loved one for whatever memorial service you desire. His services and prices are the very best in Memphis and the surrounding area. At E.H. Ford Mortuary Services, it's not about the money, it's about a lasting memory. Ed Ford, his wife Myrna, and the courteous staff will be there when you really need them. That's E.H. Ford Mortuary Services, located 3390 Elvis Presley Boulevard. The telephone number again, 345-9558. Not associated with any other funeral home with the same last name. That's E.H. Ford Mortuary Services.
And welcome back to the show, Talkback Live with Bob
And Josh.
And it is now 7:19, 19 minutes past the hour, 7 o'clock Central Time. And a very pleasant good morning to you on a Wednesday morning. Yes, a lovely, wonderful Wednesday morning. And starting your day off at 62 degrees. Gonna get a little warmer today again. And have you turned your air conditioner on yet? Well, pretty sure a lot of people have by now. Then some people, well, maybe don't feel it's necessary yet.
Turn it on.
901-452-3094 or 901-324-7490. If lines are busy, keep calling. And we were talking about questions about the shootings in the Methodist hospital. A man shot and killed himself in the hospital there. Okay, man takes an AK-47 and stops at a red light and shoots into another man's car. Just stop at the red light. You know, just because he wanted to. Okay? Gunshots were being fired over the Raleigh and Fraser area last night. People in their homes, I guess, hearing gunshot and complaining, calling each other, letting people know. I hear gunshot as we speak. You know, I mean, what's going on with all this craziness, madness? And Pastor Caswell made a statement. He said, don't complain about Blue Crush if it starts back on the streets, stopping you and checking and all that other kind of stuff. So you want to do all this shooting and craziness going on. If Blue Crush start back, don't start complaining. So what are we focused on? What is the church focused on? This is the center of my conversation this morning. I can care less about the community centers, which they're good to have. I can care less about the governor of Tennessee, which is probably a good man. But it's not in the governor. It's not in the mayor. We're praising the wrong people. And we're leaving out the person we should be praising and talking to, that's Jesus Christ. Listen, just because you don't believe in him, it's going to stop him from existing. It's not. He's still going to be there. I mean, you can not believe in the highways, but they're still going to be there after you make the statement. They're not going to move just because you said you don't believe in it. We want to do everything else, spend millions and millions of dollars on other things and other projects. Well, we'll find something for the kids to do. Well, if people had jobs, they wouldn't be killing each other. Well, where's that in the other communities? In the white community? You can say what you want. They're not doing that. We have problems in the black community, blacks killing blacks. And it's not my thing about only black people. It's a sin problem. It's a sin problem. And the church, as far as, well, I'm talking about church buildings now and people that have their own organizations. We're the new life, crooked, holiness, straight, only way into the kingdom church. Or whatever you're called.
What's up, man?
What are you more concerned about? The church has lost its focus. The last thing, and we're going to go to the phone line, the last thing Jesus said, he gave the Great Commission. He said he did not go say, teach and preach prosperity and have prosperity conferences. He said, go and preach the gospel. He told his disciples, go to Jerusalem and wait there till you be clothed with power from on high. And then when they did that, they went out and preached. 3,000 got saved. When in another meeting, 5,000 more got saved. That's what we need in Memphis. Oh, you want to get rid of the crime and the shooting and the madness? Oh yeah, focus on Jesus. It's not all about basketball, conferences, and all these other banquets and other things that are going on. Giving people awards for nothing. There's more preachers on Facebook. Every time you turn around, they're on Facebook saying something. When are you going to pray? You spend more time on Facebook than anything else. You couldn't be praying. Let's go to the phone lines. 901-452-3094. I done made you mad. Good. 901-324-7490. The lines are busy. Keep on. Let's go back to the phone lines. Who do we have?
We have Greg on line.
Greg, welcome to the show. Good morning on a Wednesday.
Good morning, Mr. Bob. How you doing?
Doing good, sir. How are you today?
Doing all right, sir. Appreciate y'all taking my call this morning.
Yes, sir.
All righty, man. Let's jump right into it. You know, I've said plenty of times on this show that, you know, it doesn't matter what programs the mayor, whoever the mayor is, puts in place. It's up to the citizens to do our part.
Yeah.
And it's just that simple. You know, parents have to raise their kids, not just exist with them, you know.
True.
The shootings, you know, and, you know, y'all touched on a little bit about the whole, you know, Black Lives Matter thing, which is pretty much defunct, I guess.
Yeah, I guess it's not around.
You know, and, you know, most of us have said, you know, Black lives have to matter more than just in one situation.
Right.
And it has to, man. We have to care about each other. We have to take care of each other, because if the general consensus amongst blacks is that nobody else cares about us, well, who in fact cares about us? Because you see what we're doing to each other. So who is our enemy? If we are killing each other in scores, who is actually our enemy?
Yeah.
You know?
It's from within.
It's much easier, way easier, to blame something that can't defend itself. Racism, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to point at to the problem, we're still not pointing at the right problem. It is way past time. I've said this before. It's way past time to have that hard, factual conversation amongst us. Way past time.
Yeah.
We can sit here, you know, as far as the Nipsey Hussle thing. The overall consensus now amongst us is the conspiracy theory. You know, now which conspiracy theory, you know, that fluctuate. So, it's the Illuminati. It was the LAPD. The government he was doing to LeBron James built the whole daggone school.
Yep.
He's still alive.
Yep. And look, here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. All of those conspiracy theories about that guy getting killed were proved wrong when it was a guy that he knew that he had just shook hands with right before he shot him. Now, the thing is, and evidently they were in the same community as well, shown with pictures together. Here's the thing, and not to focus on that guy again.
Yeah, we need to get off of that. I'm focused on what's going on in our community
and this has
killings, and I'm focused on the church doing its job and getting things done. I'm not saying you're not, but this is what we want to stay focused on here in our community. Yeah.
Here's the thing. The reason, this is why I'm bringing this up, relates to what's going on here. Well, and you know, we talked about black crime a ton, right? Mm-hmm. Over the years, every time we bring it up, you get people calling in, get people on social media. You want to call us this and that, and say we hate our own people because we're talking about black on black crime. People want to say black on black crime doesn't exist. But guess what, Greg and Bob and everybody out there listening? Once that guy got killed, now everybody said, man, why are we killing each other? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? Because of the culture that's instilled. He got killed, not saying it's right, because he confronted that guy about snitching. So guess what? In the street culture, he felt disrespected. He came back and shot him. That stuff happens here all the time. So no, I'm not going to lift this guy up as a deity like everybody else seems to want to. Not saying he was a whatever, but that's not the point. The point is that when are we going to start looking in the mirror and saying maybe?
No, Josh. No, man. No. Can't do that now. It's somebody else's fault. You know?
When are we going to look in the mirror and say maybe this culture that we've been lifting up on a pedestal for years and years in the black community is really killing us from within? And nobody's done that but us.
But Josh, because it's always easier to blame something else than take the onus for what's happening. You know, it's always easier. The conspiracy theory is much easier to blame. You know, the FBI put drugs, the FBI and the CIA put drugs in the black community. Okay, I don't care if they came and dropped it off like a UPS parcel. That doesn't mean you have to sell it to your own people. That don't mean you have to take it. Just because they put it in the neighborhood. I have yet to see, you know, I grew up in Douglas, in North Memphis. I have yet to see a white man in some shades and a black suit selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? It was us selling the drugs. You know, so you can blame whatever. Yeah, that's just like, you know, blaming the guy that gave you a gun and hit your bullets, and you blame him for shooting yourself.
Yeah, Greg, let me ask you a question. If you on your job, let's say on your job, you went and you didn't do what you were supposed to do, or let's put it this way, you were told to do something, right? That's what you do as your job or whatever it is, okay? Then you went out and let's say your job is requiring you to do one thing, then you go out and then you do something else that's totally opposite of what your job is. What is that called? How is that possible? What is? I mean, what's going on with a person like that?
You know, that person just, you know, so many words you can use a person that does that, you know, but now the ramifications behind that would be fired, reprimanded, you know, whatever. But, you know, that person has derelicted their duty, you know.
Okay.
That's simple, you know. I don't know what, you know, the answer to all of this stuff just lies in us, man. It's just that simple. It lies in us. Not the police, not the mayor, not the city council. You know, it relies in the different communities that this stuff affects. All the citizens have to do their part.
Okay, so this is what I'm getting at, Greg, and let me cut you out. This is what I'm getting at. We'll get to the other callers as well. This is what I'm getting at. When Jesus commissioned the church, he said, he didn't say go hold a prosperity meeting. He didn't say, the first thing he didn't tell them to do is go hold a prosperity meeting. He didn't tell them to go to banquets. He didn't tell them to do all the other things that most churches are. That's all we do today. But the first thing that Jesus told the disciples as the representatives, the founders of the church, is to go ye into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature.
Yeah.
And then he told them, and in Acts, he said, go to Jerusalem and wait there until you be clothed with power from on high. And then once they did that, what did they do? They didn't go preach a prosperity sermon. They went and preached the gospel of Jesus Christ, and 3,000 got saved in the first meeting. And the next meeting, 5,000 more got saved. So don't you think that if that's happening in the city where pastors and ministers are getting together and praying with each other rather than holding a separate animosity and things against each other, trying to prove that they're better than the other one and not coming together like the apostles did in the upper room? This is where it all started. Everybody in one accord, in one place. And so if we do what Jesus tells us to do, then we would have results. And the reason we have so much crime and killings and shootings going on in our community and gangs is because the church has dropped the ball. We're out partying, we're out having conferences, we're out having banquets, we're having award ceremonies. Who are you awarding for what? Nothing's getting done with all this mess going on in the community.
I hear you, Bob. I hear you, man. And
that's the problem.
I'll tell you something else. It's the competition is, I don't know why there's so much competition with churches. In Douglas is not a big community. Mm-hmm. But I drove through there one day, and I might have said this on this show. Now, I think there are 15, I don't know if they're all active anymore, but there are 15 church buildings in a 10 miles, I'm just going to say a 10-mile square radius. I don't even think Douglas is that big. Mm. But there are 15 churches. You know, it's just a little bitty community. Yeah. You know, and it's just like, why would there need to? There could be one church, one grand church for the whole community.
Thank you.
It's not that big, but 15.
That just shows you how divided we are, Greg.
Man,
that shows you that leaders are different. They're divided. They have animosity. They don't agree, and they don't want to pray with each other. If they did what Jesus said do, in that community, Greg, it would probably only be one or two churches.
Yeah.
You know, all those churches in that community is ridiculous.
And one of them was a really big church. Now, it's been shuttered. I don't know what happened, but, you know.
I can imagine.
But, yeah, that's way too many churches. And just that little bitty, I mean, man, Douglas is not big at all.
Well,
I know. But anyway, fellas, I got to get to work, man. I appreciate y'all taking my call.
Yes.
How's Mr. Lawson doing?
He's good. He's good. Yeah. He's doing good. Yes, he is. He had said last week he was going to take about 7 to 10 days off. So.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, good. I can't wait to hear from him again.
Okay. Definitely.
All right. Well, look, man, y'all have a good day, man. And, you know, we got to pray. And then we got to make good on the prayers as well. We got to do our part, you know. And we just got to come together, man. But we got to have that hard conversation that nobody wants to have.
Yeah.
You know, we got to have it. They can blame gentrification. They can blame redlining. They can blame, you know, slavery. Still not solving the problem.
Ain't solving the problem, Greg.
Yeah. I'm going to say this, I'm going to go.
Yes, sir.
You know, the thing about the conspiracy theories when it comes to the plights of black people, right? I wonder if people ever thought that maybe the conspiracy is actually letting people run wild with the conspiracy theories. Because then it all comes back to one sect, the white people, Illuminati, whatever. But they know people ain't going to do nothing, can't do nothing about that because there's nothing tangible to get done. Because you can't do anything about a conspiracy if you don't actually have the facts. And that's all conspiracy is. Non-factual talk to something, right? Okay. So you have no way to pinpoint. So therefore, the problems in our communities will never get solved because everybody wants to believe the conspiracy theory because it's easier than doing the work.
Okay, that's a good point. All right, Greg.
And I said maybe that is the grand conspiracy. It's just let us all believe the conspiracy theory.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Thanks for the call, Greg.
All right, man. Y'all have a good one.
Yes, sir. You too. 901-452-3094 coming in on Facebook comments, and thanks for all of you and your comments. Let's go back to the phone lines. What do we have? We have Ray. Ray, welcome to the show. Good morning on a Wednesday.
Good morning, Bob.
Good morning,
James,
sir. How are you?
My brother James. This is for James this morning.
Mm-hmm.
James, my phone number is 570-730-1514. Please call me. Brother, the bitterness that you have in your voice, I'm a very playful guy, but I'm very serious when I take people to the morgue. When I worked at the hospital, brother, I took everybody to the morgue. From babies to 100 and some years old, man. I just want you to know I love you. I'm a sinner. But Jesus saves me. I haven't had cocaine since 1985. I did what I was supposed to do. I obeyed the gospel. And I'm reaching out to you this morning because the bitterness that you have in your heart and in your voice, I love you. Bob, I love you. I love you and Josh. You know, I love my Boston Celtics and my Cowboys.
We love you too.
I play a lot because I see the sadness when I worked at that hospital. When you take a 14-year-old black kid, a white kid, a Spanish kid, how about Asian kids? I've done it all. Working in a hospital, I found out what love is about in Jesus. He put me in that place to work. And I love you, James. Please give me a call. You got my number, brother. Come visit me over here in the plantation. I'm not picking no cotton. You got a car? I'll take you out to lunch. You want me to drive you, James?
And you gave James that number real quick. You want to give it again?
570-730-1514, brother.
Okay.
Come visit the black man with joy. Amen? Bye-bye.
Okay, thanks for the call.
Thanks, man.
All right, let's go back to the phone lines. And who do we have? Carl, welcome to the show. Good morning on a Wednesday.
Well, good morning, Bob and Josh. How are you two today?
Doing great. How are you, sir?
Fine. Getting ready for this weekend, this Easter weekend.
Okay, what does that mean to you?
I mean that God sent His Son to earth and died for us. That's what it means to me.
Okay.
And this Sunday, when a lot of people go to church, especially to the CME and the AME and the Baptist.
I can care less about the CME, AME, BME, whatever. The case is, are you a part of the body of Christ? Are you born again? Are you a believer in Jesus Christ? It's just all that mess. I can care less about.
Wow. Well,
that wasn't the name of the church when it started. They didn't have but one church, and that was in the upper room on the day of Pentecost.
That's true. Well, yes, to answer your question, yes, I am, Bob.
So that shows you how confused and divided we are with all these names and these denominations and everybody saying the things that they want to say.
So you mean, like, for example, in a small town, say got like 400 people, one part of town has CME, and the other part of town has AME, and another part of town has First Baptist, and those people go to those three different churches within 10 miles?
But they're supposed to be worshiping the same Jesus, right?
They should.
So, hey, I don't know, Carl.
But yeah, I think that's the point you're making is kind of what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Carl? Are you born again?
Yeah, Bob.
Are you born again?
Yes, Bob. Yes, I am, Bob.
If you're born again and you're in the likeness of Christ, now let me ask you this. Do you think Jesus would do some of the things that we do?
Well, I try my best, Bob, every day, but sometimes I make mistakes because we all make mistakes, and I pray for forgiveness.
That's not an excuse. We all make mistakes. I asked again, are we born again? If we're truly born again, then that means our life has changed. We're seeking after the things of God. We're seeking to please God, and we're not seeking to please ourselves. We're not running around with women and men and trying to find out when we can do this and find our best alcoholic drink and get drunk and cussing and everything else. But I got Jesus. I'm cussing, and that's enough.
Well, now, Bob, let me say.
Come on now. This is a personal lifestyle that we live. You know, I just can't stop my cussing because I'm around the preacher. I mean, who am I recognizing? Jesus is everywhere. He sees me every day. So just because I don't see him, I feel comfortable in doing and saying what I want to say just because I don't see him. So therefore, we're saying that he doesn't exist. If we do that, we only recognize who we see.
Well, Bob, I'd like to say that's true, but I also believe certain things in the Bible too. Like, for example, I believe a man and woman should be together in marriage, not Alan and Eve, not Alan and Steve.
Okay.
And if I had to go 45 years without being with a woman, so be it. I'd rather go 55 years without a woman than be with a man any day for the rest of my life.
True.
I have to.
There's no problem with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
But Bob, I also believe in this. If I had my way, with all this killing going on, with people not trying to bring people together, and when folks decide that they want to kill people, you know what I say? Put them in a plane, fly them over the Mississippi River, and
Carl. Hour ago, Jesus said in John 3:16 and 17, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever, doesn't matter, believes in him will not perish but have everlasting life." Listen to this. God sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. In other words, God don't want any man to perish, but all to come to repentance and repent and live for him. That's what he wants. That's why he created the first Adam and put him in a garden. He wanted man to live without sin. He wanted man to live without what we call all this gunfire, this craziness, these murders and all of this. This wasn't God's intent. And so that's why Jesus came to straighten up what the first Adam messed up. But we've got to accept him and then live according to his word and his plan. We just can't say, well, I'm saved too because I go to church, or I'm saved because I believe he's there, and and all this other kind of stuff, and then keep living any kind of way that you want to live. It wouldn't be fair for another lady to live for Jesus and do what she knows is right in the Bible, and then repent every day of her life and pray to God and commit herself to the Lord, and then another woman live like the devil in hell and clubbing every night and every other night all the weekend and laying around doing anything she wants to do and cussing up a storm, and then for her to go to heaven the same way the other lady went to heaven, that's serving God? No, that's not going to be, Carl. It's not going to be.
Again, Bob, it's just me. If I know a person is a good person and somebody is an evil person, kill that good person, that evil person got to go.
Carl.
Sir?
It's about being born again. Thanks for the call.
Thank you, sir.
901-452-3094 or 901-324-7490. And thanks, Johnny Dodson, for letting us know that. We appreciate that. And we understand why you can't call. Thanks again, sir. We appreciate it. And your comments that you left on Facebook. Man, those were great comments. I want to know 901-452-3094 or 901-324-7490. And if lines are busy, keep calling. I want to know, what are you doing as a Christian to change the things that are going on in our lives? And like we were talking about earlier, the crime and the things that were going on in our community, and the murders and all the other stuff that's going on, the gunshot, the craziness. What did we do? Where did we start to change this? Are we giving it all to Jesus or not? This is what we should do. We should give it to Jesus. You know the old song, "Turn it over to Jesus." He can work it out. He'll make it right. But see, we don't want to. Well, I don't like talking about the Bible, I don't like talking about the Bible. I just want to live it to. No, that's not what Jesus commissioned us to do. I don't want to because it caused too much controversy. Well, you're right about that. It's going to do that, and that's what it said it would do. But if you love Jesus, don't you think you're going to tell somebody about him? We've got it all wrong. He told us to go tell others. That's the responsibility of a Christian. Once you're born again, is to go tell somebody else. If you have found something that's valuable, you're going to keep it to yourself that can help other people?
there may be a cure for a disease or something, you're going to keep it to yourself? No, you're going to want to tell other people. This is what we should do. And we should tell people about the Lord Jesus. That's our job as a Christian, especially preachers. But we want to tell people about prosperity. We want to tell people about conferences. Come to my ministers' conference and we'll tell you how you can get you a job. We can tell you how you can get $1 million. It's only $150 to attend the conference. You know, I mean, this stuff has to stop, man. We got all these murders and killings and hatred and violence going on around us. It talked about that in the days of Noah. It talks about the things that went on then, so shall it be also in this coming of the Son of Man. When God had to destroy Noah because of it talked about, go there and look at it. It talked about because of the violence that was there. That was one of the things. The sin and the violence was very high. Very violent. And that's what we have today. Especially here in Memphis, Tennessee. What are we going to do with it? Are we going to lift up the name of Jesus? Are we going to sit around and hold these meetings and spend millions and billions of dollars on the centers and things of that nature and find a place for kids to play basketball and all this and, talking about, well, there ain't nothing for them to do. That's why they're committing the crime. That is a lie. They don't have to do it. And it's because the Bible and Jesus Christ is not being preached enough, and we're not getting his name out there. And there's no power or none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved. That's it. Let's go to the phone lines. Who do we have?
We have Carla on the line.
Carla, welcome to the show. Good morning on a Wednesday. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine.
Barely hear you.
I was enjoying your comment, what you were
There you
talking
go.
this morning.
Yes.
And I was talking, thinking that we got to be a light to the world.
Yes.
How we live our life and people on the outside see how we live. And that's what can change them.
Mm.
And then you being in the church, you can't get along with each other. Then the people, you break in and see all that, they won't come back because they get that out there in the world.
Thank you.
And when they come to God in the church, they want to get a peace and get delivered and get some understanding and help, so they can change their life. That's why I was thinking we got to be aware.
Uh-huh. You went down again.
Hello?
Yes, now see.
I was saying we got to be a light, We got to live this out there where they can see us, how we live it.
We see what Jesus said, let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify the Father which is in heaven. We're not glorifying the Father drinking Mad Dog 2020 and all this other. What are those drinks they drink today? What drinks?
I don't know myself. You're right.
You're not glorifying God that way.
No. No. Then you be in church and saying you shouting the praise of God, leave the church and go out there in the world and do what they done. How can you be a child of God? How can you help anybody?
Well, they don't have to leave the world. You got people that are in the church, they shouting and everything else and happy and crying and everything. And all this snot nose all over the place. And then they walk out the door, the person that they hate at the door, they rolling their eyes before they get out the church.
That's right. The devil done got them that quick. Want to start confusion and everything. And that's why we got to watch how we present God around the unsaved people. You can't get them saved like that.
You're right.
They won't follow you because they looking at you. What you doing, how you act.
We've got to cut it short because we're about out of time and get to our last caller. Hey, thanks for the call. That's a lot of good information. Thanks for the information.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Let's go back to the phones on our last call for today. That is our last call, right? Yeah. Who do we have?
James.
James, welcome to the show. Good morning on a Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah.
Yes.
Hey, look, see, there you go, right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we'll never be able to get along. You see, now that man called and attacked me, but he said, Ray, you don't sound like you love me. I don't get that impression.
Mm.
But the sad thing about it is, Ray, I don't like Trump. We'll never agree on that.
Okay.
So,
I never said that I like it. Okay, I got you. Go ahead.
He's a Republican Trump supporter. I don't like him.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Those other issues that I know that you're about, the abortion and homosexuality, bro, we will never agree.
Yes,
I
sir.
wish you the best of luck, though, but I don't know. What have I got to be bitter about?
Yes, sir.
I mean, I don't even get there, but I'm just saying that's why you talk about black on black crime. That's why we'll never get along. Because all we do is just attack and hate each other under the guise that we love. We don't. Because what he just did to me was nothing but hatred.
Yeah, and James, my thing is too, and I appreciate you calling back. Look, my thing is this: I'm not attacking people. My thing is to, and I came off a little aggressive this morning, and I think it probably need to come off that way. But listen, what I'm saying. My thing is, James, we have all these black churches around here, and then you mean tell me, and we have to accept this crime that's going on in the community the way it's going on, and then that tells me, James, there's not enough being done by the church as the people that represent God, the creator of all things, man. Come on, James.
But Bob, a lot of the stuff that you say, like this, a lot of these pastors, they're nothing but full of hatred. Now, look, I'm not saying you are.
Right, I understand you. I understand.
If you listen to them. Mm-hmm. That's hatred.
Yeah.
That's no different what goes on in Islam. When those guys start talking about killing, and they say, "Well, no, we don't want to pray. We don't want to. This is what the Quran say," and they start committing acts of terrorism, and that makes all the rest of them look bad. When you hear these pastors come out and talk about they hate Democrats, these people, women, these people kill like these abortion. They kill these men. Well, I'm doing the work of the Lord. They're extremists.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the dangerous side.
Yeah. So, and that's why they start attacking each other. That's why these churches don't get along. One church preach the word. They say, you ain't preaching the word. That's why they branch off.
Right.
And they start hating each other.
True.
James? We don't have enough time to get into it, but just what it's called tribalism, but that's a whole different
subject. That's a good point, really.
It
is. Good point, James. Hey, thanks for the call, man. Have a good day.
All
right, that's going to do it for us today. And coming up next, Eye on Sports. And